Epiphanies. I didn't really see myself as a disabled person. I always thought I was going to get better, that it was just taking a long time. The doctor said to my parents, he'll never walk, he'll never have children, and he'll probably die, maybe before he's even 40. I saw disability as, well, I didn't even see it as a personal tragedy. I just saw it as something that happened to me. And it was a bit of a drag, but I just had to get on and get over it. And sooner I do that, the more I'm just assimilated back into the world that I've come from. And yep, I'm a bit of an oddity, but you know, my sparkling personality and outward goingness will just get me over that hurdle. I think that's what many people do. Well, you have two choices, don't you? You do that, or you retreat into a desperate world of death, I suppose. A woman from Shape in the northwest called Joyce Morris came to one of my exhibitions at Lancaster and said, "Ooh, are you a disabled person?" She said, "Oh, do you know about Shape? We work with disabled arts." And that's when I was thinking, yeah, but I'm not really disabled. You know, I'm a working class bloke. I had a motorcycle accident. Yeah, I use a wheelchair. It was classic denial that, hey, I'm not disabled. Of course, what happens later when you're more politicized is you can say in your head as many times as you want, I'm not disabled. But the minute you connect with another human being, they immediately go, ah, you're disabled. I was connecting with people from the Direct Action Network and going to demos and all of that. But I think people very much saw me as a non-disabled ally. I don't think people really understood my sense of myself as a disabled person. And I was struggling with that too. I was struggling to understand what that sense of identity was about. And that was interesting in and of itself. I looked like a real crusty because my clothes, I had been one for 4 or 5 years, and so it didn't look like I'd just put it on at a shop. These two sexy girls on Oxford Station, I saw their look change from disturbed by the disability to admiration of the fashion. And in that instant, I said, I have got to get rid of all this. I don't need this fucking identity. I need my identity. I'm fucking disabled, damn it. I'm not like that. It was a huge moment for me. I saw this poem called Whole, and it injected the seed of disability into me. Mary Duffy basically hauled me over the coals. The trouble with you is you don't even think you're disabled. You don't even know what disabled is. And she's sort of like, you're one of us, whether you like it or not. She got me my disability consciousness. I saw it as a social construct. I realized I was one of them. I had a fire lit under me like you've never seen. At that point, I had been increasingly restricting my life. From my late teens, not staying very long in places, constantly having to manage the impact of my impairment without feeling like I could share that with anyone. Well, you know, I did talk about it. I certainly found it very difficult to talk about. It was an upsetting part of my life. Rather than now, it feels like a very positive part of my identity. It was through Liberty Festival that I saw people on stage and saw the depth and richness of the disability arts scene and started to be introduced to disabled artists who then shaped my expectations of myself. Seeing, Matt Fraser and Liz Carr at Liberty Festival, watching Catherine Araniello, the disabled avant-garde videos. And I loved it. absolutely loved it. My tribe is disability arts. I'd met my people. I remember bringing home a book called Mentally Handicapped and using that language and talking to my mum, is this me? So I was looking for that as a child. What I didn't get was any good answers or good representation. Lots of parents, when they first receive diagnoses, what they worry about is the future. They're worrying about their children living full, active lives and being able to participate within their communities. If we change the way children and families receive diagnosis, we can tweak some of those early encounters, including making sure parents understand the social model, potentially including parents understanding their role as advocates, and being given skills and resources to do that, and being honest about the challenges which they face. I wonder if there is a welcome rather than a sorrow around diagnosis. A sort of, here you go and get on with it. I feel like we could drastically change the outcomes for the children who will then go on to be disabled adults and then become the next generation of disabled makers and creators.